Hey guys, we're back here at Knott's Berry Farm for what probably will start being a little bit more regular update on the Ghost Town Alive or Ghost Town 75th anniversary changes here at Knott's Berry Farm. So we're here outside of Ghost Rider. As we're recording this, it's about 40 minutes until closing on January 3rd, last day of Merry Farm. And last day before there's going to be a lot of walls up and a lot of changes, we're guessing, here as Ghost Town Alive initiative starts its work. So starting here at Ghost Rider, they've been doing tons of work on this since before Scary Farm. They continue to work, lots of new track being laid. You can see the changes in the wood color right here. This is going to be the panning for gold area. So it's moving back to its original spot here. So it'll be right at the front of the park, which will be kind of a neat change. We're going to peek in on some of these peek-ins because it's going to be some big changes here historically. First here at the SA office. So the whole idea, and I would guess that if you're watching this video, you probably have been following along with this a bit, but maybe not, is Ghost Town Alive is going to bring a more interactive element to the Ghost Town streets. And so the idea is to basically remove some of these figures that have static figures that are in there and replace them with actors and allow people to actually access them. So we can't as of now get back over here in the barber shop, but one of the things they listed in their promo video or preview video was the ability to do just that and go into the barber shop to play cards with the sheriff in the sheriff's office and places like that. So it'll be interesting to see which of these come alive. You know, for example, here at the drugstore, might anything become of this, or what changes will we see here? How they bring a more interactive element and really get back to the roots of Knott's Berry Farm. Some people were online saying things like, oh, it's, you know, like copying Disney's Legends of Frontierland. It's like, well, it's actually the opposite, because Knott's was doing that long before Disneyland brought that game in last summer. That said, it's a little scary because there is so much history here. I mean, I know we love coming and checking out things like this scene here in the sheriff's office. They're playing cards. It's just, you feel like you're walking back in history here. And so to change this out and have actors in there, that's going to be something. You know, are they going to do something different with Sad-Eye Joe back here? Goldies. There's a lot of question marks, obviously, and we'll be following along in the next few months here as Ghost Town Alive does come alive. I think the biggest question that I have, beyond just, you know, the basics of what it's all gonna look like and enjoying those changes, always love to see the updates that Knott's takes on, but I'm really curious how it's gonna work in terms of the various phases of the year at Knott's, meaning, you know, weekdays in November, October, some of those slow days, will there still be actors? Will that interactive element always be there? Obviously it requires a lot of staffing to do that, or will these just be hollowed out rooms on those days, or will they replace them with static figures that take the place of the actors on those types of days? So I'm really curious to do with that, because you know, in the summer when they have the actors walking the ghost town streets and stuff, that's those limited hours of the day. Even something like the train during Christmas Engine 41, I believe it was 5 o'clock that ended with those actors doing those performances. And so if you got here at 5:15, you're kind of out on it. Viva Navidad over at Disneyland, you know, they had this great thing throughout the season, but the last street parade every night is 5 o'clock, and so you can't get to them every day. So I'm really hoping that this Ghost Town Alive initiative includes the slow times, includes the night times, obviously not the same amount of actors and things like that, but hoping it doesn't just go totally dormant and only is a limited time thing each day. But we'll see. It's what really makes January, February, March exciting each year. I guess April, May, even to that extent. It's just seeing what happens at these parks. So we're really excited to see the walls go up and the various changes. Gives a big incentive to come out each week, if not each day, to check the changes here. So as we've seen with Knott's, they're always putting, or I should say, at least for the last several years, every year they've got a big project. And this year it's Ghost Rider, Mrs. Knott's, and just the entire 75th anniversary here, including the move of the stage and the new Calico kind of square where there's going to be benches and kind of a park area here. So, you know, super excited to see what happens. We will follow it along with our updates from, well, we did our first update, I don't know, a few months ago probably, just kind of talking about what was announced in November. And we will definitely follow from now, or then, I should say, until everything open. And we'll obviously be here at opening day and lots before opening day. So we'll go ahead and wrap up here. Keep checking out here. And as there's bigger things, we'll also talk about on our podcast. You can always check that out for lots of Parks and Cons talk over on iTunes and Stitcher. To look for all that. So until next time, we'll see you in line somewhere.